Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to talk about cozy games. I'm here in my pajamas because we are talking cozy games. What are cozy games? It has a different meaning to everybody, and I've always struggled with it myself because I have a certain type of game I think of when I think of cozy games, but then I thought, I don't know, because to me, blank is cozy, and maybe that's not a cozy gamer kind of games. I want to talk about games that I think are cozy, even if they aren't what you are typically going to maybe see on a cozy gamers list. They might be unconventional, and I like that. Before we get into it though, if you aren't subscribed, click that subscribe button, hit like, and tell me what games are cozy to you. Alright, so a cozy game to me is something that I can sit down on the couch, it's extremely comforting, and just really relaxing. So that can mean something completely different to everybody. Now I know that the typical cozy games are like farm sims and maybe a dating simulator, stuff like Harvest Moon and stuff. That's not maybe what you're gonna see on my list, but you will see a couple maybe stereotypical games. So let's just start the list off with something that is extremely unconventional, because to me it actually is rather cozy, and that is Yakuza. Yakuza as a series to me is extremely cozy. It is very, very, very story driven, and there's something about it that to me is extremely warm and comforting, despite it being about the Japanese mafia. I just love everything about it. To me, walking around in Japan in modern day and, solving little issues that people have, and then being a part of the big story of, that game. So whether it's Yakuza 0 or maybe you're playing Like a Dragon, it doesn't matter. To me, they're all really cozy. And Like a Dragon in particular, because it's about friends going on an adventure, even though it's very strange and all to do with crime, it's really comforting though. You can really, on a cold night, you can sit down with the fireplace on and you can, be Kiryu walking around, or whoever, maybe it's Ichiban. It's just a fantastic series. To me, Yakuza is a really safe series in terms of what I can expect. I know when I put it in, I know exactly what I'm getting. Now, somebody who's never played it is going to be really shocked, and it's the most wacky, zany thing you've ever played. But that doesn't matter, because I know what I'm getting, and to me, that's cozy. That's what coziness is. I want to be in my pajamas. I want to be on my portal in the bed playing, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I want to just be going on those adventures, seeing what's going to happen with poor Ichiban, whatever. I don't know. To me, it's all about the story, it's all about the characters, and it's super warm and just happy. Here's a game that's a little bit more obvious in the cozy game realm, and that would be Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is a fantastic Switch platformer, great platformer in general, and it was my first Kirby game. It's really great. It has platforming elements that feel kind of like the side-scrolling stuff, but then it also is more of a 3D type of thing. And it's not totally sandbox. You are going from A to B, but there's something about it. Kind of has a 3D land, 3D world kind of vibe. It's just really, really, really well done. Now, if you want a good platformer, I really do recommend it. I don't typically like slow, platformers. A great example of a cozy game would be the Yoshi series. And yeah, they are very, very cozy, but I want a little bit more. And Kirby actually, it fits that middle. It fits the middle ground of not crazy intense to, super fast like a Sonic, or even maybe like a Donkey Kong Country, but it's not super slow like Yoshi. So I really do like it. There's a lot of exploration to be done. There are really awesome power-ups that you can find. I mean, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is great. He turns into a car. He eats things, and it's he becomes that, and it's great. It's so well done. And I have to say, as someone who missed the boat on Kirby, I don't know, I thought it was fantastic. It's a great game. I thought it was a great game to start, if you were a kid and you'd never played a platformer, really good starting point. And it was just really, really nice. It was really nice, and I really just enjoyed my time with it. Next up is a JRPG, and that is Persona 5 Royal, or just Persona 5. Either one, great game, and so cool. That's what I'll give it. It's cozy, but it's cool. I mean, the aesthetic of it alone makes it super cozy. This is a great JRPG. This is not some great grand adventure where you're like slaying dragons. This is not that. This is extremely just chill vibes, walking around Tokyo, like just the coolest jazzy, awesome music. It's really cool. Like just the UI, like the actual menus in the game are like cool. Like it's a really neat game, and to me that actually makes it really cozy, because every time I would play it I just kind of felt like like I just kind of felt relaxed. Like this is a really cool game. And yeah, there are intense moments, do not get me wrong, like very intense jaw-dropping moments where you're like, oh my god, and there are triggering moments and some seriously dark stuff. But it's really cozy because it's a bunch of cool friends and you see the relationships grow, and I just really enjoyed the vibe of it. It's all about vibes, and I just feel like Persona 5 Royal, I have to say, out of all the games I've ever played in my life, the Persona series, it has a neat feeling. Like it really does. Like it's cool. They're like the cool kids in terms of games. I don't know. It's a really neat series, and Persona 5 is my favorite Persona game so far, and I just was blown away with it. Yeah, it has a lot of that social stuff that I'm not really into, but I was able to look past it because the game itself was just so interesting. And I have to say, it took me over 100 hours to beat, which is disgusting. I hate that. But then I'm like, the reason I connected so much with those characters is because I spent 100 hours with them. So it's sort of one of those catch-22 things where you're like, well, if the game was only 40 hours long, I don't think the characters would have had the same impact and it wouldn't have had the same meaning. So yeah, just the aesthetic alone makes it cozy. Let's talk cozy with a rhythm game, and I have to mention Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. It is by far the best theater rhythm game ever made, and in terms of coziness, how can you not want to just sit down, get cozy, get in your pajamas, get a hot chocolate, get a tea, whatever it is for you, get a Mountain Dew, I don't care, and just sit and relax and listen and enjoy the amazing music that Final Fantasy has to offer. Come on. Like, it is seriously the best. There is nothing quite like it. I feel like I'm in band again when I play it. It's just so fun to hit each note. Literally one of the best feelings ever. And you can just, you know, pick up and play. This is not a commitment. You can be like, you know what? I just need 20 minutes of peace and playing like something super, super, super like chill. Like, oh, some nice music from Final Fantasy VIII. Oh my God. Like just, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's truly a masterpiece of a rhythm game, and most rhythm games to me don't evoke that cozy feeling because you're really like almost like Dance Dance Revolution where you're jumping around. That's not cozy. But something about this where it's like you're just playing to the notes and hitting the beats, it has got the greatest vibe. I honestly, like, if you want cozy and you want to like get in bed and get snuggled and like play a game, 100% Theater Rhythm. Now, we can't have this list without mentioning the ultimate cozy JRPG, and that is Blue Reflection and Blue Reflection Second Light. I mean, I'm lumping them together. Great games. Great games. They are super weeby, fan-servicey Japanese role-playing games, but they are maybe the most stereotypical cozy game that I've ever played. Like, I mean, this is the aesthetic and the feeling and the music and the way it makes you feel so calm and peaceful when you're playing it. It's fantastic. Just like talking and hanging out with the girls and then fighting these monsters that are like so beautiful looking. Like they almost look like these beautiful looking crystal. I don't even know. All I know is that it made me feel amazing. Like even the first one, not as much, but the second one, the actual backgrounds and colors and just the whole vibe of the dungeons was so tranquil to like explore. Like you would just be walking in them and you're like, this is just so nice. Like I just want to like believe me, it's one of the most cozy experiences, and I typically don't like cozy in that way. I was just so blown away by how great both of these games are. Like they are just really, really solid. And I know pretty much anyone who's played them only has good things to say. Like they're really, really solid. So give them a shot. Like, is it gonna blow your mind in terms of story and they are my favorite game? No, but I still hold them up pretty highly. I think they're really good, and I legitimately enjoy my time with them. Let's just say if they make a third one, like, I'll buy it instantly because I just love the feeling of them. Now, I've got a ton of cozy games, so I feel like let's end it on one more game, and then we can always do a part 2 because I just figure there's more that I can talk about in terms of coziness. But let's end it off with a really cool game that I feel like isn't talked about that much, and it's Stray. Stray is a really, really, really cozy game. I mean, you are a cat. So already that alone is super cute. Come on. But it's a cat in this post-apocalyptic future that is like really messed up, and all the people in it are like robots. There's no humans, and you're this cat. It's very, very, very interesting. Super short. This is a game you can knock off in a weekend. I mean, I think it's like 6 or 7 hours long. It's really, really good. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's beautiful. Like, the game actually just looks amazing. Like, everything is overgrown and all this because it's supposed to be, you know, a future where there are no humans. But when you enter this city that's full of robots, it's very, very interesting, and it just feels nice. Nothing is too hard. That's the thing. To me, if something is hard and frustrating, then I don't want it because that's not cozy. But this is like, you know, simple little puzzles, jump from here to there, get from here, learn a little bit more about why the future is so messed up. It was extremely great game. Like, I really loved it. I highly recommend it. It was my first PS5 game. It was what we booted up the PS5 with, and I was so happy to play it because it just looked really good. And I have to say, like, I'm not an indie game person. I don't play tons, but this game, really, really solid. Like, it's a neat game, and like I said, it's not very long, and it's really, really cool. Like, I was just so blown away by it. The way that everything moved, like, the way you would jump up from one platform to another or off a building, everything looked so real. So I was just really, yeah, it's a great game, and I do think it's very cozy. Has a really neat soundtrack too, really good score. Just a lot of good things to say about it. So definitely check out Stray if you somehow missed it, because I think a lot of people did miss it. Kind of just went under the radar, and then all of a sudden it's like, I don't really hear about it much anymore. So definitely check that out. Let's end it off with that, guys, because I do have more cozy games to talk about, and that makes it more fun because we can do a part 2, because I like talking about cozy games in terms of what I find to be cozy, because I have a few other maybe games that might not be as conventional in terms of the cozy game aesthetic, but to me it's all about coziness to you. Dark Souls can be cozy to you. That can be a cozy game because it's, what do you unwind with? What's cozy to you? What do you want to play when you're in your pajamas? You've got a really fun snack. You've got like a nice drink. You're super comfortable. You've almost made like a pillow fort on your couch or something, and you want to just chill. That can literally be any game. So that's why this list kind of can go anywhere, but you just have to like justify your answer. Why is it cozy to you? Because sometimes it just makes you feel calm, and that's the thing, is like, I feel super good and happy, and I'm always smiling, and I feel this sense of like, when I play Yakuza. And I know that's really weird because it's a game about the Japanese mafia, but anyone who's played that series, I think, would agree with me on that. And like, people who play something that's like incredibly like a Dragon Quest Builders, that's not my thing, but I totally get it if that's like a cozy game for you, because it's probably really relaxing. You've worked all day, or you've spent all day with your kids, or whatever it is, and you just want to chill. And to me, that's Yakuza, or that's Theater Rhythm, or that's Kirby, whatever. So I want to hear what your cozy games are. Please tell me in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.